Yeah. First off, good win. Anytime you get a win, it's a good win. We did a lot of good. Obviously, some things we got to clean up and get better at, which we will. But I thought we had a lot of positives tonight. The biggest thing in that second half there was a little bit of a spell of energy. You guys hear me about all the time that our energy just, everything's about energy. And there's a little segment there in that second half where we didn't have great energy. Other than that, I thought there was a lot of good we did. And a good thing to take is on Tuesday, a week ago, we were up 6 late in the game and we didn't close the game. And tonight we were up 6 and we found a way to close the game and get a win. So proud of our guys on that. I give a lot of credit to Lamar and Coach Brooks. I love Coach Brooks. He's awesome. Been around. I've known him for a long time. One of the great guys in the business, and sort of like I said about Coach Jones from Stetson. If I'm rooting for Coach Brooks to win other than when they play Georgia Tech, I'm rooting for him to win every game. I mean, that's what I think of Coach Brooks. Just an awesome human being. Thankfully, we made some threes today. I mean, again, back-to-back games. We were shooting 21 of 44 in our last 2 games from 3, which is great. Hit some big threes today, and we missed a lot of shots in the paint. We didn't shoot well from 2. We're getting good shots in the paint. We just missed a lot. But we had 22 assists on 28 made field goals. That's an excellent stat. 3rd straight game, we've had plus double digits on the glass. We held them, first team to hit 40. They hit 40.4, so first team to hit 40% against us. But they did some good stuff the second half on that high ball screen. They got us a little bit there and there. And then obviously we've got to be better from the free throw line. Khalid made 2 big plays that stand out to me. That obviously that 3-pointer was humongous, and then that 50-50 ball late in the late in the game there on that baseline side saved the ball there. So that was big. So we just got to learn to keep not losing our energy. It can't just be when things are going well. It's got to be an all-time thing. Basketball's a game of runs, and that's just that's what makes the game so great. Because it's so fast and back and forth, and things can change quickly. So that's why being able to stay energized is a key part for what we want to do.
You had 7 guys hit threes tonight. I think out of 9 guys who played.
Well, two of the big guys. We had 9 guys play, and 2 of the guys who didn't hit threes were 2 5-men who didn't shoot a 3.
Yeah, so I guess how important is it just to put that on tape for people, just to have some confidence for those
Well,
guys too?
I think we're a good 3-point shooting team. I don't know like I told Kelly, that first game, I don't know. I was shell-shocked myself on some of the things and that was a good team we played in Miami, Ohio. But I was a little shell-shocked on some things how we did and how we didn't shoot well and some other things. So I think that was just, I'm hoping when we look back at the end of the season that was just more of an outlier, not a normal thing. Because I do think we're a good shooting team, Kelly. We've got guys who can shoot the ball, and when our feet are set and we make good decisions, like we call about pickups, having the right pickups and using the right feet, on the pivoting and everything like that. So I think we're a good shooting team. We've spent a lot of time working on it, and we've spent a lot of time in the off season, preseason. We do it during practice. We spend a lot of time on shooting. So I know we're a good shooting team. I just said first game is just looking back. Hopefully it's just an outlier and it's just one of those deals, but. These last 2 games, it wasn't just tonight. We were 9 and 19 from 3 on Friday. So that's 21 for 44 in our last 2 games. That's a great stat. And again, 22 assists on 28 made field goals and plus 10 on the glass. 3rd straight game on that double digits, Kelly.
Michael wasn't really involved in the offense as much as he was in the first 2 games, but he picked the team up in other areas: 6 assists, 7 defensive rebounds.
Well. 2 things, Rob. I love you dearly, and you had the Pittsburgh Pirates hat, and one of my favorite baseball players, and it was so sad, Roberto Clemente on the plane crash. That's why those small planes are so dangerous. It's you see more. I mean, you just got to be so careful. But I love Roberto Clemente. I mean, what an unbelievable baseball player. Died way too young. God rest his soul. But Rod, I disagree on the one thing that I understand what you're saying about Michael DeVoe, but you look at his stat line. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. So I think he was involved. He had a good floor game, and he had a really good floor game, and he was good just, overall. That's why I always say when you take off, whenever you go on a trip, there's 2 things I say. As long as you take, people say, hey, have a great, as long as you take off and land safely, nothing else matters. I mean, really, that's the most important thing on airlines. And the other thing is this, because I travel a lot, I'm at the airports, and people, the plane's running late, and, whatever. There's mechanical issues, and I hear people complaining, and I'll say, hey, look, it's better to be on the ground wishing you're on the air than being in the air wishing you're on the ground. And so I tell people, let's just be grateful that we've got, the pilots, that the pilot and the FAA cares enough that if there's a switch on, that we don't need to hurry. Everything's about safety. So anyway, that was my 2 cents on that. But that's again, just the gratefulness of life and how precious things are on that. But so I thought Michael DeVoe and I thought he was good defensively, and people are going to guard Michael DeVoe every time we play, and people are going to guard him and try to take him out. I mean, that's Michael DeVoe. I mean, he's a really good basketball player. Well, I think Debo's a good player. Ken, I love our freshmen. Debo, Miles Kelly. I think Jalen Moore is going to be. I think all 3 of those guys. And Davon Smith. He's not a freshman, but he's a new guy. So, you look at those 4 new guys, and again, like I said, the 3 freshmen and Davon. I love the new guys, and Debo's one of them. He's a good shooter, knows how to play. He's got to be better on a couple things defensively to make sure he cleans that up. But I'm really excited about Debo.
Coach Brooks talked about knowing you since you were a kid. His story is really fascinating. He played there and came back like 5 years later.
Amazing story. I known Coach Brooks when I was coaching in high school. He was at University of Houston recruiting the team that I was coaching, the Houston Hoops. Now, he was recruiting me too, but I think he was recruiting me to get the players I was coaching. I love Coach Brooks. His son's an assistant coach at Baylor. And, think about it. I think it's coaching twice in the same school and like over a 20-year gap between head coaching opportunities. That's not easy. So I love Coach Brooks. His team's going to be really good. They play really hard, and they got good players, and they're going to be a team that's going to be reckoned with in the league. And I was going to say the Southland, but it's the WAC now. They moved to the WAC. It's hard to keep up with all that. Well, I've hired Simmet to tell me which schools are which in the new conference realignment. So I just know we're in the ACC. I do, and which I think's the best conference in all of college basketball is the ACC.
When you run your offense through Khalid or Jordan as opposed to Howard, do you run your offense any differently?
No, look, I thought Rodney, he had 9 points, 8 boards, 3 assists, had a block. I think Rodney's, getting better, but no, it was late in the game, and he banged up his hip a little bit. So we went a little bit small, and it prevailed for us. And I got to give Khalid more. I mentioned those 2 plays, the 3-pointer and the 50-50 ball. But look, Khalid was on the bench for a while, and then I put him in those last 4 or 5 minutes, or 3-4 minutes, whatever it was, 4 or 5 minutes. And he came in and gave us great minutes and great energy and helped us win the game. Really proud of Khalid Moore.
Just in terms of kind of where you're at now, you played these 3 games, a little chunky of it. Obviously, Georgia's the big game coming up on Friday. How do you feel like your team's progressed?
Well, I love our team. I think we're going to be really good. I really do. We just got to keep getting better. I mean, it's a long season. Look, we lost. You lost the ACC Player of the Year and the ACC Defensive Player. I mean, you lost 2 studs, not just, hey, this is a guy here. I mean, these are 2 studs we lost. So there's no there's just going to be time. Has got to be on our side for us to get better. Plus, we don't have Bubba right now, so we just need to keep getting better. And we can have some peaks and valleys along the way, but I think we'll start playing. Doesn't mean we're going to win a bunch of games, but I think we're going to really hit on cylinders as we get towards ACC play. I really believe that. But I like this. I love this group. I really do. I'm excited about them. I love coming to practice because it's a new challenge. And we just got to keep getting better. And I think we've improved from the first game you saw us, Kelly, to where we are today. And we'll have to keep getting better regardless of the result. Look, it's a results business. I get it. That's why there's a scoreboard. And good golly, I mean, it'd be nice for us to get a win against Georgia, you know what I mean, which is, goodness gracious, they've got us every time. So, but I keep it all in perspective because I always try to, and I know how important it is for the fan base. I get that. So I really want to win for the fan base and for our young men, but I also know that we have a lot of big time games on our schedule. So we've got to play really well. It's going to be a great atmosphere on Friday night. I think it's senior day for Georgia football. So I would expect, the hotel we're staying at sold out, so I expect it's going to be a large crowd on Friday, obviously for Georgia. And it'll be a real good test for us, a real true road environment against a very good team. I'm a big fan of Coach Crean. I think he's a really, really good basketball. You don't have the success that he has at Indiana, Marquette. He's been successful at Georgia. I mean, he's one of the best coaches in the game. I have the highest level of respect for him. And we'll have to play our tails off, and we'll have to be really, really good if we want to win the game on Friday. And they're, like I said, they're very, very well coached. It'd be nice to get that, get one, but we'll see. We just got to play well. We got to play well and get better and see how things go. And we know we're playing a really good opponent. And like I said, I think Coach Green's one of the best coaches in the game. You don't have the success and the wins that he's had without being really elite at his profession. Good question, Ken. And by the way, I'm disappointed that you guys, Kelly, I don't think you are, Rod, but Kelly and Ken, you're choosing the Notre Dame Georgia Tech football over the Georgia Tech basketball game on Friday. So I understand that. You guys are flying up to South Bend, but I get that. I know that's a big time football game as well too. And I do want to say this, and I'll answer your question. Things, more in football than basketball, things just take time. I think you see Coach Collins' group, they're getting better every day, every game. I know there's been you're right there to get that win. But their team, and you look at their young guys and you look at them just getting better and better. I've been telling Coach Collins, man, just stay the course. Year 4, year 5, they're competing for ACC championships. They're good. They're just playing with a lot of young guys. And in football, it's different than basketball because of the size of stuff. So Coach Collins just got to keep staying the course. I think they're right on track, and mark my words, they'll be competing for the top of the division year 4 and year 5. You can just see the progression with their team. There's no denying that. Regarding the energy thing, Ken, it doesn't matter who we're playing. If we're playing a Division III team, Division II team, if we're playing Lamar, if we're playing North Carolina, or we're playing Gonzaga, or we're playing the Atlanta Hawks, if we don't have energy, it can be a recipe for disaster. Life's about energy. You got to be an energy giver. You got to have great energy, and you can't have a letdown of energy at any point. And that's where one of my core values is drive. You got to be so self-motivated that you got to bring that energy, and it's not easy. Look, we all go through it where just sometimes the energy is just not there, and you got to dig in to keep being an energy giver and being real positive, and even when things aren't going your way. And that's not easy. It's not easy, but you got to find it within. That was the first time I've had for us that we've had a female official. I thought she did a great job, but she's a big time official. She officiates in the G League, and she's going to be in the NBA. So she's we're lucky that the ACC is able to have big time officials, and she's one of them. She's a high level official. Thank you, Coach. Okay, thanks everybody.